Hey guys, today is July the 10th of 2014. I want to go over the euro dollar using price and time technical analysis. And please pause the video to read the video disclaimer. Alright, so let's start out with price action of the last 2 days. On the 9th, I covered my long. I saw that it hesitated on the Andrews pitchfork right here, that's 36.22. Or maybe it was the 8th, I can't remember. Maybe it was the 8th, either the 8th or 9th I covered. There was I saw a hesitation, or kind of hesitation on the 36.22, and I covered my my long position, and was flat, and did some scalping here and there, but nothing, nothing too exciting. Just because a couple of things were indicating that there was going to be some, it was going to be a rough time to continue pricing higher. And I'm going to show you a couple of things that I was seeing. So right now we're at the 36.05, which is a 50% from the swing low of 6/12 to July the 1st, and we're back to the medium point, kind of below the Andrews pitchfork. So if we drop from 50 and drop off this angle, we're going probably back to test this pivot low of 35.75 to the 75%, which is at 35.58. So that's where we at. Seasonal dates, keep an eye on the 14th, which is a Monday, the 21st, which is the next Monday, the 28th, which is the following Monday. Seasonal dates. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but when they do, you're going to be a happy camper. There's nothing else I wanted to show you on this chart. Just wanted to show you that. Some people have been asking me, is this all Elliott stuff? This is not really Elliott stuff. I don't follow it. I just use wave patterns and impulse waves, so I count them. So we ended at the 5th. We did a 1, 2, and 3, and this could be 4 and maybe 5, and then maybe continue going higher. I don't know, but I just count them as I go, and we're on the 3rd, and this could be the 4th, and maybe we continue pushing lower. That could be the 5th, and then maybe trail up. So it's just other views that I just consider, and I have them there. So when I do my analysis and I come to my conclusion, I see all these pictures and all these possibilities, and then I pick the best route, and hopefully it works out. My timing solution chart, I wanted to show you what I see here. You can see right there that once we hit the first, we were on overbought price action right there, and it just came down, and now we're right back at the middle, 50%. Smack in the middle, 36.06. Oh, another thing I want to show you. In order for this to continue going higher, you need to stay above 36.06, and you need to get above this angle close and stay above it. Even if it's just going choppy back and forth here, I don't care. But if we stay above this one, this is a strong one. We'll continue pricing higher. But if it can't stay above here and 36.06, 36.05, then this could do a way forward now. Okay, so this is where we at. First thing I want to show you is the Bradley model. It's showing a pivot high on the 16th, 17, so we got to keep an eye on that. This is the Bradley model adjusted to the euro. You can see that it did a pivot low here on the 8th. It did it a day early, and the next pivot will be the 20th to the 21st, which is lining up with my seasonal dates. If we look at the cycles, it's still pushing higher, and it's topping around the 16 all the way to the 21st. Lines up with the seasonal dates, and this one goes all the way to the end of the month. So we got to see how that's gonna pan out. Planetary lines. This is the moon right now. So we're gonna see if this moon is gonna give euro support at that 36.05 and trail this channel. If not, it's going to probably chop around sideways and maybe go lower and maybe test the Mars planetary line, which is that 3526. And for those that don't understand this stuff, this is more astro than anything. So if you're not into this, just disregard that. I know there's a lot of my followers and listeners that they just want to see what's this all about and are into the astros and all trading and stuff like that. So this one's for that crew. That was Geo. This is Helio, and right now Euro is right by the sun, which is the yellow line. That's Mercury, and this is Mars. So we're right now by the sun. So resistance would be anywhere where that Mercury is, and the support would be anywhere where Mars is, which is at 35.65. And if you go to the Geo, there's a big drop, but the support on Mars would be that 35.25. So we'll see, how price action behaves around planetary lines. Now into the geometry. Let's see if I get this out of the way. I guess not. Okay, the geometry. One of the reasons that made me think that we were going to turn is this ankle right here, this anchor, which is the 9th, 10th, right here. Look at this angle coming down. Euro failed it here, and the Euro came up to it again and failed it again. Next anchor will be the 17th, 18th. So this is going sideways, maybe down. It might find a pop, and once we get above this angle, maybe it could be a good thing to go up. But as you can see, it's having an issue with this strong angle on the Gann square. Just wanted to show you that. The free ellipse, you can see that there's a pivot turn coming up between the 13th, 14 around there, maybe the 13th. And I don't know what's the 13th. Maybe the 13th is a Saturday. It's a Sunday. So it should be interesting next week if we just go sideways or lower, what's going to come out of the 13th. Nothing there. Let's see. The harmonic waves are pointing higher, and they're kind of topping around the 15. So we got to keep an eye on that also. The saw is topping on the all the way to August, so we don't got to worry about that one. The forest ring, it's showing a bottom here, and it's now pushing higher. So was this a leg now higher? We'll see. But the forest string is pushing higher, and maybe it's kind of topping on the 24th and putting a little minor bottom on the 30th, and then pushing higher August 7th. So we got to see how that's going to play out. The harmonic strings, they're pushing all the way to the 25th as a pivot low. So we got to see how that's going to pan out too. On the Fibonacci ellipse, you can see that maybe a possible pivot would be on the 14, 15. So you see, there's a lot of things that line up, a lot of things that don't line up. So your job is to get what mostly lines up and then watch it. And if the price action is confirming what your analysis is saying, then boom, you pull the trigger and you jump on it. And then you just see what happens. It's nothing to lose. You can't be afraid. You live and learn. You put a stop, and then if you're wrong, you're wrong. You're out. And you try it again. But, trading with greater possibilities when things are lining up, when the vibrations are all strong, things could be in your favor. Andrew's pitchfork. We're really not really hitting any angles or anything here. We hit it right here on the first, and we pull down, kind of find support here up. So, we may probably test this support here, this angle on the Andrew's pitchfork, which is at 35.81. So we'll see. And this is the Fibonacci retrace. It's showing the 10th. So I don't know what happened there. Maybe this is related. The next thing would be the 13th. So there's a couple of things lining up to the 13th, and then the next date would be the 20th, which kind of lines up with the seasonal dates, 20, 21. So a lot of things are lining up. The Gann fan. You see that we're hovering around the Gann fan also. And that's from the, I believe, the pivot low over right here, which is at, I guess, what, 7-11, around there. And lastly, the 128 technique, showing something for the 11. So it could be interesting. Today's candle, it could be a nice big pop, and there was a bear trap and push higher, or this could continue going lower with more momentum and pressure, but we'll see. I think that's it for my timing solution. Well, one thing I wanted to do show you here is the natural cycles in July. We see that right here there's a pivot low in July, so everything is pushing higher, and there was a top here. So it'll be interesting what happens here for this month of July with this pivot low. Next thing is my Gann chart on Thinkorswim. We're below the 1 by 1, so that's at 36.06 around there, 36.08.9. We're failing that, so not looking good. You know, still below the 50, below the 20, so not looking good. If you look at the linear regression channels for the weekly, daily, on the weekly, we were right on this channel right here. It looked like the pressure is stronger to the downside. On the daily, we kissed this linear regression channel, which is at 36.50, failed, pushed down. You know, we take out these pivot lows right here at 35.88. Your next support will be that 35.71. On the 12-hour, you see the sell signal, and this could be support to also 35.85. 1 hour is pushing lower. The 30, you know, this is going to be support if this holds right here on the 15-minute, but if it fails, you're going to test that 35.88. Same thing here. Now the linear regression is pointing down. You failed at 36.03, so that's not good. And you couldn't even get to 36.12 right here. So sell signals from the 12-hour are all the way down to the 5-minute. So the 12-hour is leading, and the daily still on a sell signal. The weekly is still on a sell signal, and the monthly got a sell signal. So a lot of things are showing to the downside. This is my MSJ chart. You can see that the 50% we're below, which is at 36.06. We're right here. If it continues pushing lower, you can find that support at 35.83. If not, a pivot turn of 35.58. If not, a reversal at 35.35. This is the 15-minute. This is today's price action. As you can see, red is resistance, green is support. And if we take out 35.75, there's nothing under there. This is the 1 hour. Same thing. Targets could be that 35.88. This would be for a possible turn, which is at 35.73 all the way to that 35.57. And if you blow through all those, then it's definitely going lower, because that could be a nice opportunity to buy and go long. You're pushing right here, and you're pushing lower, 35.97. This is the 5-minute, and it's just still pushing. So as long as this price is pushing lower, this is going to be adjusting and pushing lower. This is spreading out for today's price action, actually for tomorrow, for Friday. So this is already spread out. And, you know, looking at my Gann dates, you can see that these are the dates I was watching. 7-7. Actually, not 7-7. 7-9 and 7-10. And we put highs and turn. So keep an eye on the 16th. And right here, there were dates that I was watching. 7-9 and 7-10. We put a high. Now, dates you probably want to watch would be the 11th, the 13th, and the 16th and the 18th, because it is the strong vibration levels. And there's 9. So the more prices you see, the stronger the vibration is on that level. I think that's it. And lastly, we go to the big picture, see what we got. So you can see the 12-hour sell signal. You're in mobile right here, so it could be chop zone. Got a doji, TIMA negative, Mobo negative, CCI negative, Fisher building up signals to the downside. You got a hockey stick, so this could possibly be a snapback. Weakness there on the TTM. Squeeze is negative. Full moon kicked in, and you almost kissed the 50, but it kind of looks like it failed, and you already took out that 3607. Your last support will be that 3575. TIMA negative, Mobile negative. All these are negative. Squeeze play, pressure, it looks like it's setting to the downside. Squeeze play was to the up, and now it's to the down. On the weekly, the squeeze play triggered last week and now this week. So it looks like the pressure may be to the downside. You failed the 50 again this week. And TIMA is negative. Everything here is negative. So watch out, because, you know, it could go either way. Either way. PPS sell signal on the month. And TIMA is still positive here. Mobo negative. This looks like it still wants to snap back to the upside, but it's not looking good. Fisher sell signal. So everything is negative. Pushing lower. And lastly, dates to watch. The green ones are good dates that worked out well. The gray ones are kind of on a gray area. And the 12th is blue. Markets are closed Saturday. And this didn't work out, red. So there's a lot of more green than red, what I'm used to. A lot of buy signals worked out great here. And the date I'm watching for the 11th, which is tomorrow. There's a Mercury buy signal here. There's a square out on the 12th, but that's a Saturday. Yep. So that's, you know, could probably happen maybe Friday. Same thing here. That's it. Pretty much. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on the euro, and we'll take it from there.